This year will mark the 200th birthday for the Erie Canal, an historic waterway that runs from Buffalo to Albany. And next week, the Albany Symphony will be performing a series of free concerts along the canalway to help celebrate the bicentennial. Here to tell us more about what you can expect at those free concerts is the music director of Albany Symphony, David Allen Miller, and the executive deputy director for the New York State Canal Corporation, Rebecca Hughes. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, we're so happy to be here, and thanks for letting us spread the word.
Of course, we love to go to the opening day for the locks at the canal as a station and all the events that go along with it. It's really such a unique attraction that we have here in our area that connects us with all different parts of New York. So we're excited to share what's happening there next week. So tell me a little bit about the celebration, all-encompassing, and what people can expect.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks so much for having us. For the bicentennial of the canal, it's this natural point when we look backwards to maybe what we learned in 4th grade New York State history class and think about that narrative. And to me, the bicentennial is all about looking at different angles of that historic story and then also looking ahead to what the canal is in the future. So we've got a whole summer packed with events and activities, free activities all across the system. Everything from a floating circus to a replica canal boat that's making its tour from Buffalo to New York City. And then, of course, the Albany Symphony playing a really key role in helping tell some of those lesser known stories of the canal.
And how do you tell those stories through music?
Well, we actually are really excited, first of all, to be partnering with the Canal Corporation and the New York State Power Authority and Rebecca and her wonderful colleagues. But we're doing essentially a trip down the canal. We did this back at the beginning of the Canal Bicentennial in 2017 from Albany to Buffalo. This time we're kind of going the other way. So we're starting on the 2nd, next Wednesday, way out west in Medina, then going to Utica, Seneca Falls, Fort Plain, and ending up in Schuylerville. So it's the 2nd to the 6th, and every evening the Albany Symphony will take the stage in some beautiful outdoor venue at 8 p.m., play a beautiful concert starting with Handel's Water Music Suite, and then a world premiere commissioned for that community about some aspect of canal and New York State history. In Utica, it's about immigrants and refugees and food and culture. In Schuylerville, it's about Black history. Solomon Northup, who wrote 12 Years a Slave, the memoir of his enslavement, who lived in Schuylerville. It's about him. In every town, it's a different kind of world premiere, and then we end up with a bunch of pops and pop songs and sing-alongs and fireworks. But during the day, each day, from the 2nd to the 6th, we've populated each day in these communities with amazing activities, everything from nature walks to bird watching to yoga, but also to dance and song and all sorts of culture, food, beverages, etc.
Sounds like it's action-packed and a lot of fun for the whole family. What do you hope people walk away with after experiencing a day celebrating the canal, learning about its history? People who might not know a lot about that history, what do you hope they leave with, and why is now a good time to visit?
I think, I guess as we get ready for the 3rd century of continuous operation of the canal, it's my hope that everyone feels that the canal belongs to them. And when we tell these more interesting stories that spark curiosity, that helps us to identify with the canal system and feel like it's something that we can really take advantage of as this waterfront resource that we don't always recognize is right in our own backyard. So I think that's really special.
Yeah, and we're also just really celebrating these very unique communities. 3 of the 5 are really very close to us: Utica, Fort Plain, and Schuylerville. And each of those days is just a celebration of the uniqueness of that community and a great chance to understand and appreciate our place in this beautiful state of New York.
And finally, when are those Fort Plain and Schuylerville experiences for our local viewers watching?
Sure. Fort Plain is on the 5th, Saturday, and that's actually a celebration of Mohawk history. So we have all these Mohawk performers. Our composers created a piece about Mohawk culture, dancers, smoke dancers, storytellers, etc. And then the 6th Sunday, our final one, is in Schuylerville, and that again is about Solomon Northup and Black history. And everyone is invited to play the violin. We're going to actually have a bunch of violins. We're going to do a whole little 45-minute violin training session. You don't have to have any experience, but in the body of our commissioned piece, everybody in the audience is invited, if they want to join us playing the violin. So we're calling all violins and violin wannabes for that one.
If you've ever considered dabbling, this is your chance. A great opportunity to learn for free. Thank you both so much for coming in and joining us. Good luck. We'll be watching, and we'll be right back after this short break.
You're watching News 10 ABC, your local news.